Yeah, Hollywood, Tennessee, Hollywood AC. It's the show, man. Watch it. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How AC do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial. It's Hollywood in the big M town. How AC do it, man, 10 toes down. The show is on, so watch me now. Sit back and relax and turn up the dial.
You tune in to another episode of the Hollywood AC Show. This is your favorite global DJ, DJ Red Eye. And today's guest, we have my man, Virghost Memphiasco. So without further ado, let's bring out the man of the hour, Hollywood AC.
Virghost, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm glad you came out, man.
I'm glad to be here.
I've been trying to get you for how long now?
For like realistically, a whole year.
Yeah,
but it's been, you know,
as long as I've been doing the show.
It's not because it didn't, you know. I think it was more so because my personal situation last year. You know, we made it happen anyway.
Yeah, we got together. So
right.
Okay, for all the viewers, who is Virghost and where you from, man?
Virghost is a MC first.
Okay.
A spoken word artist, father, husband. Man, I'm just an artist, an overall artist, man. Like, people don't know, you know, I started actually singing too, you know, so. I'm not no more though. You know, my voice changed when I grew up, you know, when I hit puberty. But I like to see myself as an overall artist. I like my music to touch people, you know. I don't just make music just to make it. I want my words, my music to actually touch people's soul, because you can use it as a tool. You know, everybody go through things. You may went through something that somebody else went through. They hear you saying it, you know, it make them feel a certain way about their situation, a positive way about their situation. So, I guess first and foremost, like I said, I'm an artist.
Okay.
Overall.
All right. So how long have you actually been doing the hip hop portion of it?
Man, I've been rapping since 2008. I started rapping in 2008.
I can't tell.
Yeah, I started rapping in 2008, and but I've been writing since I was in middle school.
Okay.
I used to write poetry when I was in middle school, but I started hip hop in 2008 and spoken word at the same time in 2008. But at that time I was focused more so on spoken word than I was with hip hop.
Okay. Well, you got a knack for it. You know what I mean?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, nice sound. So many artists I hear try to mimic other artists, but you therefore really have your own style, and real nice.
I appreciate it. I mean, you have to. If you want to make it, like really make it, especially in hip hop, you have to be unique in some kind of way, because a lot of people can rap, you know, but you have to put your own pizzazz on it or whatever. You know, I like to have something signature about myself that makes people say, you know, I want to go buy a Virghost album versus I want to go buy such and such album. Because you don't do that, you just like the rest of the people out there, you know.
Right.
So you have to have some originality with your content.
Right. So and you got to have something separating you, so you can say, okay, I'm different. I'm not like the hundreds of thousands of other rappers.
Right.
So, you know.
And that's even with me as a fan, you know. I don't want to hear somebody that sound just like somebody else, you know. I want to hear something new and fresh, you know. But that's just me. I mean, I think the average the average listener or fan wants to hear something different anyway.
Right. So let me ask you this: 2008.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, do you have a label, or you doing your own label, or what's going on with that?
Like today, at present time, I'm part of a group called Point Blank Entertainment. We're a label, but we more so a collective of artists. Like we all are kind of on the same page as far as what we want to get with our music. And we all promote each other, like the same way I promote my album, my shows. I promote everybody in the group the same way. Like if they put out an album, I'm gonna push it like it's mine. If they have an event, I'm gonna push it just like it's mine. And that mind state came from me. I used to be in Hype Life with Darius Fat Man Clayton. He kind of put that in me to do that. You know, we used to do that back then, so I kind of applied that to the group I'm in now. And that's basically what it is. It's not. we push it like we put albums out like as a label does. We make money off our albums, but it's mostly we're more like a family, supporting each other in everything we do. Yeah.
Y'all have a lot of unity.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to be honest, if you would have heard us, like when I first started rapping, I was okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had just started, but they are a big reason why I sound the way I sound now. Like we compete with each other so hard. Like people hear me, but man, it's guys in my group just as good or better than me. Wow. It's just, I mean, I put myself out there a lot, but man, our whole group is is killing.
Okay, I love that you giving props for your group. So many artists won't say what you just said. So I mean, I'm just being real. Up to you. That's real.
I'm being real, man. Everyone for them, man. I mean, we compete. Like I send my home, especially my homie Ricochet, man. I send him something. Here. Like, I know he be like, man, I gotta murder this. He'll send it back. I be like, dang, and I do the same thing with him. So, and it's constantly going on year after year. So you can't do nothing but get better. Same with spoken word. When I was in Hype Life, I was shaking like a leaf when I did my first poem. And then I got around people like Fat Mac and Lenny Kane, Hardface. I couldn't do nothing but get better at what I was doing. So, I mean, you gotta put yourself around people that are gonna help you grow as an artist.
Okay. So, other than your group, what were some of the artists that inspired you to just push the rap in general?
Man, the biggest influence I have has got to be, like, if you're talking about on a national scale, it has to be Nas.
Okay.
Like, man, Nas actually made me start writing poetry first.
Right.
And when I started rapping, man, he just has a very creative mind. I think to me, he's really underrated. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people dig Jay and all that and the little battle they had, but man, Nas is on a whole nother level from Jay. He really, really pushed me. Locally, man, I would have to say Iron Mike Coalition, because when I started rapping, the content that I wanted to talk about, I didn't see anybody or know anybody in the city that really did similar to what I did until I met Jason and Hayden, Mighty Quinn, and all of them. Man, it's just like they kind of laid the foundation for what me and my group and a lot of the artists that do what we do are doing right now. So they are a huge influence on me. It's just like I said, my group in general, they're a big influence on me. But like the main, I guess, would be, like I said, Nas, Iron Mike Coalition, and my group.
I know you said you're married.
Yeah.
So how is it that you balance career, family life? How do you do that?
And 52 hours a week of working too, bro. Man, the main thing is I got a wife that's very understanding about what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, because she's an artist herself. She actually been doing music before I did it, so she know what it takes to get to where you want to be with your music. She done did it already, so that helps a lot. Because when you're in a relationship with somebody, man, like I know a lot of guys who are in relationships and that woman don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's if you really care about that person, man, I mean, that kind of affects what you're trying to do. It affects your creativity, it affects your performance, everything. So that's a big plus. That helps me out a lot, knowing that she got my back when it comes to that. And you know what I'm saying, we help each other. Like when she got something to do, I'm keeping the keys. You know what I'm saying? If I got something to do, she keeping the keys. Or we got we got family that help us too. You know what I'm saying? I got my nieces, my sister-in-law, my cousin. Like we got people that actually help us too when it comes to this. So it's not that hard. And then at the same time, as an artist, you got to remember too that you're a man. If you got a family, you got to realize you got to recognize that you're a man and you have responsibilities other than your music. You got to take care of. So it's pretty much about having a partner to help you if you have a partner, and you knowing what you need to do, like in which order you need to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
I feel you on that. Mm-hmm. The reason I spoke about that, let me tell you this. I got to put that out there. I heard in one of your songs, you gave much love to your wife and your kids, and I thought that was, one of the greatest things that a young man could do, a married man, being in that type of limelight, because a lot of men don't.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do that because, like I said, I didn't really focus on rapping until I got married. I don't know why. Like, there's a lot of different reasons that went into it, but that's when I focused on rapping. And I mean, I do my music for my family. So if you, I think I know a song you're talking about in particular, but if you listen to like the majority of my music, I mean, I'm mentioning it, you know, about me being a father, me being a husband and all that. Positive. Yeah, and I didn't realize until when I really started doing music how that touched other guys. You know, there's some guys that have been fathers and husbands for way longer than me, but they hear my music like, oh yeah, I appreciate that. I don't hear nobody saying it. I know what you're talking about. So that made me feel good to know that people relate to me when I do talk about that. Cause man, I thought when I first started speaking about that, I thought it was gonna throw people off. Like, man, what you talking about? But, you know, so I mean, it made me feel good to know that people appreciate me talking about that. You know.
Yeah. Hopefully, it inspires some other people to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you started off. You didn't start rapping first. You started out actually doing the portrait.
Right.
You gonna do a piece for us today?
Yeah.
What's the name of the piece?
It's called Food for Thought. It's actually the first spoken word poem I ever did. But I didn't actually put it on a track until my album I dropped last year.
Okay.
It's a song I got called Illuminati. I put that poem at the end of the song. So, I mean, this is my first poem, the one I was shaking like a leaf with when I first did it. But I ain't gonna be shaking, you know, today.
You gonna shake today?
No, I ain't gonna shake it. A little more season now.
Okay. We're gonna go into this piece by Virgo. It's called
Food for Thought.
Food for Thoughts. Stay tuned. We'll be back.
Real people are hungry for knowledge. I feed them food for thought, nutrition for the mind. Far from what the public schools are taught. This is the miseducation that was misplaced and hidden. I'm translating these Egyptian hieroglyphics that were never written in the school books. Nubian queens and Kush kings smeared memories, lost in the slave trade, sucked into the black holes of history. Black souls of misery forever drowning in Atlantic waters. Martyrs murdered by satanic barters. The starter of a new revolution I am. We are the revolutionaries, not only changing the world but rearranging the universal alignment. I be the teacher and this be my assignment. This is my lecture to my pupils. Intellectual connections as I'm staring in the mirror reciting this poem to my reflection. Repetition is the father of learning, slowly satisfying my struggle to know. Now I can spit it to perfection. This is my hustle and my flow, my muscle, my heart, my bronze, my brains, my guns, and my roses. This is the lost chapter after the book of Revelation closes. That's that piece.
Wow, it's tight, man.
Appreciate it.
Really nice. Now is the time.
Okay.
QT time.
All right.
It's a portion of the show that we test your knowledge about artists that's already laid down.
Okay.
What we'll do, I'm gonna spin the wheel.
All right.
And pull a question for you. You can answer it the best way you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Number 2. Let's see what we got. Number 2. Okay. Naughty by Nature track OPP.
Mm-hmm.
Sample one of the Jackson 5 hits. What was it?
Man. Oh man.
Naughty by Nature, they sampled one of the Jackson 5, one of the biggest hits.
I'm saying because it's OPP. Maybe what's the man. ABC. Is that the name of the song?
ABC.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, I ain't even gonna lie. I guess. I was like, well, OPP rhyme with ABC, so you know. Oh man, it makes me look like a bad hip hop.
Number 4. Let's see what we got. Number 4. Okay. What year did De La Soul release the album De La Soul Is Dead?
Oh man. 93? No, I know that because I know that. Oh man. Jason the hater gonna get me. Man, De La Soul Is Dead.
Mm-hmm.
We got lifelines in the thing.
No, but that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. You know.
Man,
It's in the 90s. I give you that.
96, 97.
Actually, it was 91.
I know. I wasn't even gonna say that. I'm like, man.
All right, let's see what we got. All right, number 5. Let's see what number 5 holds for you. Okay. Cypress Hill was the first Cuban American Latino hip hop group to have a platinum and a multiple platinum album, selling over how many millions? How many millions did they sell during the time that they had
Released?
During the time that they had a platinum and multiple platinum albums?
6 million?
Nah.
Dang. Man, I don't know that. 9 million.
Nah. They sold over 18 million.
Dang. I learned something new today. I ain't even know that.
Okay, let's go again.
I ain't even know that.
One. Let's see what one has for you. Okay. The Roots in 1999 won Best Rap Performance by a duo or group for the song You Got Me. What was the 2 artists featured on the song?
Erykah Badu and Eve.
That's correct.
Know that.
That's correct. Last one, 3. Let's see what you got. Okay. The group Black Sheep is from what part of New York? And I'm gonna give you 3 choices: Manhattan, Queens, Bronx.
Bronx.
No.
For real?
Queens.
I said that like I knew it.
Oh, it's Queens.
I thought.
Thank you for playing QT.
No problem.
Appreciate
No problem. I tried, man. I tried.
Oh, you did good. So tell me this: as an artist, hip hop artist, do you find that the field is more hard in Memphis to make it as far as I would say an R&B artist? Do you think the field's level or it's uneven?
I think it's actually harder to be an R&B artist here, because I know a lot of talented, and it's really funny because if you look at it, back when Stacks was going on, people would come here to do their thing from other, from the surrounding areas. But I think it's difficult for rappers and singers here in Memphis, but I think it's a little bit more difficult for R&B singers. I don't know why that is. Like I said, my wife, she, to me, is one of the, if not the best R&B singer in this city, to me, in my opinion. But, it's hard for her because, we put on events and stuff. The hip-hop scene put on a lot of events. I don't really hear about that many R&B events,
Well, she must come on the show.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
I'm going to hold you to that now.
Yeah, I can get on the show.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that.
She actually won the Memphis Idol one year.
Okay.
So it's just hard. I think it's harder for them. I don't know why that is. Like I said, man, I don't see anybody really doing anything to promote these singers here. But like I said, we as a collective in the hip hop scene, we put on plenty of shows, So
okay, let me ask you, as an artist, just in general, what would you like to see happen in Memphis to help artists here? What would you like to see?
I mean, like what y'all doing right now with y'all show, helps a lot. Because it gives exposure to a lot of artists. Like a lot of people don't know that we have talented artists here in Memphis. A lot of people don't even know we have a different side of hip hop here in Memphis. They used to not knocking the 3 C's Yo Got It, A-Ball, MJG, because that's what I grew up on. I respect them. I like their music. I listen to them all the time. But it's another side of Memphis hip hop people don't even know about. So, and the reason people don't know about it because it doesn't get the exposure of interviews, TV, videos, and all this. I think like things like this, TV shows, magazines, just in general. Cause like, I'm not gonna say any names, but there's a couple of newspapers here in Memphis. They don't promote the hip hop scene. Right. You hear about the bands and such, but they have a selected few that they talk about, but in general, they don't talk about hip hop. I don't know why, but they don't. So.
Okay. The SC Group, I just want to throw this out. Mm-hmm. The SC Group, not only do we do interviews, TV interviews, we also we have 2 radio that's on the website that do interviews. Mm-hmm. We have an underground Memphis show that plays videos for artists. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to fill that void, you may say.
Right, and that's what we need.
So we're doing it. SC Group, we're doing that because there's a lot of artists such as yourself need that exposure, and that's what we're trying to do.
Right. And it's like I said, that's mainly. I think that's what we need. The talent is there. It's just
the talent. Most definitely,
the talent is there. It's just the exposure and getting them out there and not letting people come. Take and run. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a whole nother story. But man, it's just basically exposure, man. Like we need exposure. Like it ain't really like if you really think about it, Memphis is like the biggest. Memphis has the biggest music history. It has the richest musical history as a city to not have any kind of like major labels here.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying? Like if you really think about like most of the cities that are have a culture of music, have things where you can be right there in the city and pop off. Memphis doesn't. Most of the artists you see, now I'm not just talking about hip hop, but most of the artists you see have to go to New York, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And people always knock them like, why they going to such and such, and why they want to stay here. I mean, if you look at it to a certain extent, they have to. You have to do it now. I mean, and it shouldn't be like that. You should be able to do what you do here in Memphis, make it here. And like I said, it'll be a good thing for people to go there and come back, but that rarely happens. Like with me, I know I can say this now, and people be like, well, it's easier said than done. But if I made it, I'm gonna come back to my city. I love Memphis. Made me do music in the first place. So I think the people that do go out should come back and give back, try to help out, try to build a foundation for the rest of the artists to do something too. So. It's just a thing. We have to build a foundation as artists to actually do something here instead of having to go to other places to make a name.
Well said, man. I can stay here and talk to you forever.
I know.
Appreciate you coming out to the show.
I appreciate y'all, man. Interview. Appreciate y'all for inviting me.
Where can we find your music? Because we definitely want to get that out to the viewers.
You can find most all my music on virghostmemphiasco.bandcamp.com. You can buy all my albums on there. A lot of my singles on
all my albums.
Yeah, I got 2 albums out right now. Trial and Error Memphiasco. I got an EP called Invisible Man and a mixtape called the COVI tapes on there. You can get all of it. And you can just Google Virghost, what I'm saying? Go on YouTube and type in Virghost, all my videos will come up, but mainly virghostmemphiasco.bandcamp.com, virghost.tumblr.com.
All right, that's what's up. We appreciate you checking out the Hollywood AC show. I'll leave you with peace, shoot for the moon, and you're bound to find a star. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate y'all.
All right. Virghost, take us out.
All right. I guess.
The hidden secrets of Egypt's pyramids. The idea that the civilizations went from a primitive is just a lie that the evolutionists try to impose on people. When we look at
This thing we call life is a mystery. Like when I die, where will I go? Who will remember me? I often question history and the present. Who are we? What were we meant to be? Today I pray, but I wonder if God be hearing me. Ain't done it in a while. Is my voice a distant memory? to the heavens, my words are immaculate, an apparition assassin, but my daddy is a reverend. I guess they make me like a sinner then. My sister graduated, guess they make her like a winner then. I'm complex, but I represent the simple man trying to connect with God, so I eliminate the middleman. But it's coincidental when they try to judge me and tell me what I can't and what I ain't and say they love me. Secretly praying for my downfall, making life harder, so I had to get them round, y'all. My current situation make me sound off. They say I speak with such conviction, but I sound lost. Like a mixture of my daddy and my mama, yo, the drama cuts deep. When you know it's cause of karma, don't ever let it alarm you. Just like an emergency, like sunlight to a vampire, I emerge and cease. I found paradise in the belly of the beast. Guess the world in my peace is a hell of a feast. I get lost in the peace and I let reality find me. But I never ever let a dream blind me. Born a poet, but hip-hop defines me. Forgive her if a record label signs me. Cause they don't understand the rain like the Great Pyramids and how they sit upon the sands and how they align perfectly with the belt of Orion. It's a sign so there's a black mind connect to Zion. I don't know, I'm just a little man. Sometimes I wish that God would take me through a portal and show me the answer, show me where the last days is, and tell me why we haven't found a cure for AIDS yet. Is there a heaven? Show me where my uncle stays at. Is there a planet X? Can you show me where that place at? I heard they're coming in a spaceship. Maybe they can save me from working these hard day shifts. I'm not a rapper, I pretend to be. Just need a place to spit these poems God be sending me. I'm just trying to be what I intend to be, an enemy of negative energy times infinity. I wrote the Memphiasco for the industry, but this trial and error was meant for me. My hieroglyphics in the stone so you remember me. Something legendary, what I'm finna be. Yeah, it's Pyramids. I am Virghost Memphiasco, represent Point Blank Entertainment Team Memphis Squad. Appreciate y'all.